up, YouTube? Everywhere you go, there you are. It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs. Goodness, let me need another drink. P-Dubs Arcade Loft, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes Friday Night Just Got Live.
It's another Friday here in the world of home arcades and retro gaming, and you're tuning in to the Super Game Room Dudes. I'm your host, as always, P-Dubs. With me are my co-hosts, Detroit Love and Michael B. the Game Genie. Mike, did we determine how we were going to explain Nostalgia not being here? You remember our conversation earlier?
Nostalgia couldn't make it tonight. He's got a bad wiener.
I heard he had an addictomy.
He's got a bad wiener.
He told you not to say anything. Okay, inside joke. You had to be there. Unfortunately, Nostalgia would not. Nostalgia. Oh my. Nostalgia will not be here. I mean, not be here. You get it, Mike? You get it? Nostalgia will not be here tonight. He had to. He's ill.
He has some business to attend to, and he's going to be in the show chat. So you guys better be good and nice.
All right, I'm gonna start this off with a poll in the live chat, and I want you guys to answer me. Be 100% honest. Do you guys like having the chat on the screen during the entire show? Yes, no, occasionally.
Sometimes.
So another question.
Because
would you prefer just having the chat on the screen and us not on the screen?
No.
Like instead of there being a show, just chat. Just like an open chat.
Well, every YouTube content creator prefers this differently, just like every viewer out there prefers it differently. Me personally, I'm not a fan of having the chat on the screen during the entire stream because I end up just reading it, not paying attention to the hosts and getting distracted and derailed. Some people, Mike loves having the chat up for the entire stream, like you do that on your chillin' chats and stuff.
Especially if it's really awkward.
You know, so I just want people's honest opinion, man. Do you guys like having it on the screen, or is it too distracting? Do you want us just to bring it up like whenever we're like looking like, okay, time to get time to get the viewers involved in a topic, and then we put it up, but then we take it back down, that kind of thing? Or do you guys want it? You guys not want it on there ever, and we just share chats like Paul's chat right here? I prefer not having Nostalgia on the screen. Does that count? Ouch! Ouch! Paul, be gentle on a Friday night. Be gentle. Yeah, prayers for Nostalgia, guys. He's in a lot of pain right now. He's recovering. So, all that kinds of stuff. What was that, Carl? What were you pointing at?
Michael B, he's making noise.
Yeah,
that
was me.
Was that you?
No.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, that's coming in. So while that's coming in, real quick, guys, how's your Friday been so far, Carl and Mike? Any big plans for the weekend? And let us know in the live chat as well.
Rain, and rain. That's all I had all day.
Mm-hmm.
Had some outdoor projects to do, but the rain has delayed it. But nothing spectacular this weekend. Last weekend, I did my 25th wedding anniversary celebration, and we had a ball all weekend long. So this weekend, hopefully I can just relax and chill.
Okay. Well, what about you, Mike? What's going on?
I'm going to be checking out the new channels on Kick and see if there's anything interesting. Let me go over to P-Dub's Kick channel right now and see what's on.
Yep. So we are testing multicasting to Kick and Twitch and all that kinds of stuff. This is stuff that I was tinkering with last week. A couple of people hopped on our test streams, so we're just seeing how it goes, seeing how it looks when we watch it on replay. Does it look good? Does it look crappy? All that kinds of stuff. All right, the votes are in. Do you guys like having the chat on the screen during the entire show? The yeses are the winners. 44% of the audience likes having the chat on the screen for the entire show. 29% said no, and 26% said occasionally. You guys had a chance to speak now and forever hold your peace. Looks like we're going to have the chat on the show, at least for today's episode, and we'll see how it goes. But definitely make sure you guys share your opinions, man. I got no problem with tailoring the show to make it a great experience for everybody. Thanks for checking out that Bit LCD video. It's the only video I got out this week. I had to pull down a couple of videos I was going to release, but we'll get stuff reposted. All right, let's take a look here, guys. Let's kind of dive into what is happening and say hi to everyone here in the live chat. If you're here, sound off. Let me know. I don't believe you guys are here at all. It says we got over 200 people watching, but I don't see anything on my screen right now. Mike?
That's because everybody's on Kick.
No, nobody's on Kick. All right, so let's see here. Let's see who's here in the live chat. Sound off, guys. We got Cowabunga Dude is here. The Fist of Love, Nerd Lounge Master, Jason M., one of our favorite and best moderators. Let's do a poll for midstream ads next. Yeah, I don't have midstream ads turned on, guys, so no worries there.
And I couldn't go back and turn it on retroactively.
Mike wanted to. Chris Zeke is here. Mark Whitman, Pliskin, shit for brains. TMCY, Dr. Z, Family Gmail's here. We got a super chat from Collector of Nostalgia. I don't know if one of you can put that on the screen while I keep reading names. Hobby Hands is here. Scott Dworkin, No Whammy, Sonic Fun, Danny Z, John Hour, Zeus is here. Jim the Pacers fan, soon to be a Bulls fan. Sir Sega's here. His mortal enemy is Lord Nintendo. He probably hasn't told you about that, but we know. Thor KC is here. Frankie D, Pliskin's Run. Kongs Are Us is here. What's up, Kongs? Why is Kongs not a moderator? Kongs has always been a moderator.
It's best if he's not.
What the hell? Kongs Are Us has always been a moderator. All right, Kongs, you're a moderator again. Did you give up your moderator duties? Let us know. We didn't know. El Capitan is here. MG is here. Dix is here. Kevin Clausen is here. Alfred Berger. D-Mod is here. Modding away. Cornercade, why am I not a mod? Mike, you want to handle that?
Never, Cornercade. You can't get shit.
And Jason just gifted 10 Super Game Room Dudes memberships. 10 more people are joining the Ruminati as we speak. Thanks so much. Your t-shirts are in the mail. Mike, do us a favor and take care of this super chat, and let's get.
Well, Mike can't take care of it because it's about him. So
yeah, it's a little self-serving. Carl, you do it.
Nostalgia, super chat $4.99. I thought Michael B handled his chill and chat the other day in a professional way. Great stream, Michael.
Aw, well, there you go.
Thank you very much, Collector of Nostalgia. I appreciate that, man.
Yep. Hey, did you guys see this? Well, you're not going to see it here, but Meatball Saucy was able to create a Hulk figure over on Twitch. He's watching on Twitch, so So this is how it looks when it connects to YouTube. So this is what I don't like. So we'll probably have to switch streaming platforms, but still, this is why we test these things. So Meatball Saucy's over on Twitch, and he put in a Hulk emoji, which looks pretty cool if you were watching us over on Twitch. All right, guys, let's get the show underway. So there's a few topics we want to talk about. There's not a tremendous amount of things happening in the world of gaming this week, but there's some very interesting hot items such as Arcade1Up Killer Instinct and Arcade1Up Casinocades. We got iArcade. Did they give everybody the finger on the way out? I want to dive into that a little bit. Might get a little saucy in the live chat, but I expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. We're going to have a fun conversation. Let's make this fun. Also, we want to talk about the Nintendo Direct, which may have been a direct. What would you say, Mike? Direct boring event, possibly? Save it for the end. Save it for the end.
Yeah.
Save it for the end. Also, guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but Toxic Crusaders, remember, they're releasing a new beat-em-up game, and the demo is available on Steam. A lot of content creators have been playing. I think the demo on Steam just has the first level, but you can play it, check it out, get a feel for it, see if it's something you're willing to spend money on. So make sure you check out Toxic Crusaders on Steam. I myself am interested in checking that game out. Carl, what do we got? What is it?
Tyler V, super chat for $1.99. One Detroit Loves Sage thoughts on iArcade. I'm not sure what Sage thoughts are. Oh.
It means you're a wise man, and he wants your wise words on what happened with the iArcade.
Okay. Well, I touched on it last week. It's unfortunate. I've been a fan of them. I can't say from the beginning because I was skeptical of them due to the design of the arcade, but I grew to like it. I support them because I support the uh, home arcade business. So I wanted them to be successful. Had a lot of doubts about it, but I support them all the way. But the games that I like, I didn't buy any games I didn't like, just to support them. But I wanted them to be successful, and unfortunately, that was not the case. So I did see P Dub's arcade his video today about making sure your Wi-Fi is turned off in case they try
Oh
to do
yeah, that's
something
short.
wacky there.
Mhm.
It's hopefully we can play these games without any issues, and this thing should live on. If not, maybe there's some mods available. So I'm still excited about the cabinet. I wish I had gotten the gold, so I have my backlit marquee, but
Mhm.
that's never going to happen.
Good stuff. We got a $5 super chat here from Kevin Clausen. This Friday doesn't feel the same without a game day stream. He's talking about the iArcade stream. I miss learning about another red flag that the ship is sinking. Oh man, man, people have been so saucy this week, and can you blame them? There's a lot of feelings going on in this arcade and gaming community, and you can understand both sides of the spectrum. And if you don't understand both sides of the spectrum, you probably need to take a step back and look at it from both points of view. There's a lot of people who are sad, and rightfully so. They're disappointed that a product that they really enjoy is gone. And then there's a lot of people who are upset over just the last at least 6 months or so and just the way things turned out. And you have to respect that, man. They have a right to share their opinion and how they
100%.
feel about it. And it's up to you whether or not you want to listen to it, watch it. Either way, I'm probably going to say a couple harsh things tonight about iArcade. Might surprise you, but there's a couple of things that I wasn't happy about, especially in the closing months, and as more information came to the surface that I became aware of that I wasn't aware of before. So stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. Um, yeah, stuff happens. But before we do that, let's kick off because the iArcade chat might take a good chunk of the show, gentlemen. Let's talk about Arcade1Up, Mike. So, were you paying attention to the old Arcade1Up Killer Instinct arcade cabinet?
I was, yeah.
And what can you tell me about the old Arcade1Up Killer Instinct arcade cabinet?
Well, this week they stealthily dropped a new supply of Arcade1Up Killer Instinct 3/4 scale cabinets. And what's interesting about that is this is the cabinet they said were sold out after the mismanagement of their flash $150 Killer Instinct sale there a couple weeks ago. So what's really shitty about that is they actually oversold by quite a lot. And I said, easy fix to this is, if you got additional Killer Instinct cabs beyond what you had in that warehouse that you were clearancing out, give people some kind of a discount on those additional cabs, and they were like, "Oh, we got them all sold out." So it's a little in poor taste that these now go up now available after so many people lost out on what should have been a guaranteed discount and sale for them. So it's a little bit of a sour taste in the mouth. Now, can I understand how this can happen? Yes, I'm not defending Arcade1Up, but the reality is the sale was very clearly said this is for an amount we have in a warehouse. We have a certain amount in a warehouse. We want to get rid of the warehouse. This is why we're doing this flash sale. Did they have these cabinets still in stock when the flash sale ended? We don't know. More than likely, yes, and that sucks. That's a shitty thing to do. But there's also a possibility this could be new old stock in buybacks they received back from one of the companies. So this was unplanned. In that case, I mean, it's a bit of an excuse, but no matter how it looks, perception is reality, and people are going to be pissed off that now Arcade1Up has additional stock of Killer Instinct after so many in the community got effed in the B on the sale there a couple weeks ago.
Well, I got a question. So this is what I'm confused on, right? So let's say I got a product that's up for sale, and I get an abundance of orders, and let's just say I run out. Like, hey, I wanted to sell 100 units, but I sold 200, right? like a pretty big number, like enough where it's going to cause a ripple, not like 1 or 2 customers. Why not just tell people like, hey guys, just so you know, you're going to get your $150 Arcade1Up Killer Instinct because we sold it to you, because it was sold. The purchase was completed. It wasn't like the purchase failed. But it's going to take a month or 2 for more stock to come in. You know what I mean? Like, why not do that? Make sure everyone gets their $150 arcade machines. That seems fair to me, right? I mean, if you forgot to turn off the switch on the sale, you should still honor that sale. You know what I mean? People placed the order. Instead, they gave people virtual high fives, sent them an email, gave them a $25 store coupon, and then they went ahead and here it's been a month later. Killer Instinct's back in stock. They put it up for sale yesterday for $699. When it went up for sale for $699, here we are 24 hours later. A lot of people in their Facebook groups and stuff voiced their frustration saying, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right because you canceled my $149 order. And then all of a sudden now it's sold out. All of a sudden it's marked as sold out. So Mike, do you think they only had a couple of Arcade1Up new old stock units? Is that what happened?
Man, I don't know. I don't know what goes on with that company. I honestly don't. So it's marked as sold out again now.
Yep. They marked it sold out again earlier this morning. And so either they had a short number of units that came back in and people rushed. They were so excited to spend $700 on this machine that they sold out of them. Maybe that's what happened.
I find that very hard to believe. Is it a chance that someone screwed up and just threw it back up on the website and didn't even realize that it was up? That's a possibility too. I have no idea.
Yeah.
There was a super chat there from Carl O we didn't read. That's why I brought it back up on screen.
Yep, go ahead, man. Take care.
iiRcade, I still got Tank Bash. I don't know what that word is. I can't read it.
Bastards.
Pry it from my cold dead hands. I dare you. Thank you very much, Carlo.
Now, either one of you, are you guys familiar with that game that he's referring to?
I know Tank Bash, from what I remember, when Bill showed me some teasers of it last year, this game they've been working on for a long time. I guess it was a multiplayer tank assault game. And that could have like voice chat, a lobby, and a whole bunch of people fighting each other all in little tanks or something. What the end product ended up being, I have no idea. I didn't get my hands on this one myself. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they'll finish that game one day. It sounded kind of fun. Who doesn't want to get in a tank and roll around and blast people? It just sounds like a good time. Widow says it's a good time right here. Wait, nope, wrong one. Widow right here, she says it's really fun, but let's take a look and see what Mike put on the screen. Was Tank Bash pulled from some people? I downloaded it free directly off of the main store on the final day. We'll talk about that when we get to the iiRcade stuff. So yeah, let's be a little patient there. All right, Mike. So maybe I'm just overthinking it. So maybe Arcade1Up is totally cool and
no, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that at all.
Yeah.
This situation sucks. It's a time when Arcade1Up, have just had so much negative shit and people in community upset that they really, I don't know what the right thing to do is. They really should have figured out some way to make things right with the community, even if they couldn't do the 150. Keep a list of people that had missed out on the $150 sale they screwed up on and give them some kind of discount towards this cab. Not a virtual high five, not a, I think it was a $25 or $50 e-store credit. Just, if they got buybacks and there was another opportunity, they could have done something really cool for people.
Yeah, I hear you. Carl, Killer Instinct, you have the pro version right behind you there, right?
Absolutely. Great cabinet, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, the Killer Instinct has been the Achilles heel of Arcade1Up. I mean, they've just never handled this cabinet right, correctly, properly from day one, from the announcement to the sale. I mean, it's like someone has got it out for this particular cabinet or series, and they just do not, and they refuse to handle anything regarding this cabinet properly. So I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It's like they don't curse the series, and no matter what they do, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot with it. It's a great game. It's not a game I played growing up. I was, again, the same way I supported iiRcade because I wanted that to be successful. I bought the Pro because I want to encourage the Pro line to be, to continue with other cabinets. But it's a great game, and I never played it growing up, so I'm glad I purchased it. I'm definitely, for anybody that got it, they reduced it over time several times, whether it's
And
$3.99 or whatever the case. But definitely, they've not
One second,
sold it
guys.
for the full price often at all, right? But so it really sucks that the people who got it. And by the way, P Dubs, did you ever get your money back? I know there was a delay.
He got his cabinet.
Oh, you actually got a cabinet.
oh yeah, so I was one of the few that the $149 purchase went through, and they actually shipped it to me. And
But
I did a review of it.
in the chat,
Go ahead.
our good friend Kong, I know B Kong didn't get his, so I don't know if they got their money back yet, but not. But it just sucks the way they've been handling this cabinet, and unfortunate that it continues.
Speaking of B Kong, close personal friend of John D and known Arcade1Up sympathizer, he says Arcade1Up gives some good discounts to people and email customer service.
You are the worst, Mike.
So it is true. On the offside, there were some people that emailed customer service and they got discounts to certain other cabinets. There was the real one was the Star Wars. Like Star Wars was a great deal for $2.99. The other ones not so much. Like there was I think a Street Fighter and then a what was the other one? Mortal Kombat 30 maybe.
I'm still laughing at what you said about B-Notes. Mike, you're the worst. Because Nostalgia's not here, you're going to attack the chat. Now you're attacking the chat. Zero Redo, we're doing our best not to be the lame Room Dunes tonight. Wink. He knows what I'm talking about. I'm going to bust his balls about that for a while. I like this. At least meet him in the middle, right? $25 gift card really doesn't meet me in the middle on that kind of business transaction. But hey, what about saying, look, we oversold, but maybe we get you a half off. Like give him something, give him a little something. I like his idea here. Maybe that would have been better, but now we're just harping on. Now we're just beating a dead horse at this point. I do have to say this, and people who saw my review, I did review the Arcade1Up Killer Instinct, and in my opinion, it's actually one of the best cabinets Arcade1Up has made. And I'm not even a big Killer Instinct fan. In fact, I'm excited that Carl has the arcade because you're a novice KI player, technically, yes, right? And I'm a novice KI player, right? I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. I could hold my own in Mortal Kombat against anyone, but Killer Instinct, I'm getting my butt whooped. I got someone to play now. I could play you, Detroit Love, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh no, you don't want to play Detroit Love.
It's going to be the most boring live stream of the world.
No.
Punch.
No. Detroit Love plays as the wolf character, and it's just claw.
I'm a button masher. I definitely don't get the combos. The combos is not something I'm going to pull off and do 40 combo hits and things like that. But hey, we'll have some fun, P-Dubs. And if not, we'll go back to golf and get your ass whipped over there.
Man, I love playing golf with you. I had a lot of fun playing golf.
Yeah, we need to do that again for sure. I mean, it's not like I get to play that often, but
you play all
get
the
out there on
time.
the course. Hey, let's do it.
All the time. You play all the time. What was I going to tell you? Yeah, guys, if you want Carl and me to do another golf thing, and maybe I think we could get more players in than just the two of us. Maybe we could do a big golf thing. That would be fun. I think we were playing PGA, which one? 2K20?
2K21?
2K21 for that one, right? On the Switch. So there you go. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell people it's shit if it's shit. I loved it. I thought they did a great job with it. Cabinet's solid. The only thing you could say about it is the joysticks. Oh, I mean, the joystick honestly isn't that bad. The buttons are crap and the marquee is crap. Like literally.
If you want to complain about the joystick, get a pro cab.
I mean, there was really nothing to say. I mean, it was a good cabinet, especially for $150. I mean,
oh yeah,
Well,
that's a no-brainer. That's pretty much less than a desk-shaped arcade. Any company.
Oh yeah, like New Wave Toys Numbskull. That cabinet ended up being cheaper. So for the money I spent, I can't.
Or even a countercade. It's cheaper than a countercade almost.
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, do you think? Real quick, I'm gonna throw this out in the live chat. Guys, let us know in the live chat. Do you guys want? Actually, should I do a poll? Nah, I don't want to do a poll. People hate.
Do my poll.
What's your poll?
My poll.
Oh, Mike, come on, man. We're trying to host a professional broadcast. I'm gonna do this. Do you guys want any of these? Do you guys want any of these in 2023? Like, I'm assuming this might be a holiday item, and that's kind of my question because we haven't seen hide nor hair of these devices all year. There have been no new ones released. Partycades, countercades. What were the other ones, Mike? Partycades, countercades.
Babycade,
What was it?
Couchcade,
Couchcade was a
Projectorcade,
fail.
and don't forget the Drawercade, the Dressercade. That was the
Dressercade was their top selling item.
There were
I mean,
partycades, countercades, but wasn't there another form factor?
yeah, the Babycade,
the Collectorcade.
and yeah, Collectorcade, and
All right,
the,
we'll put that on that. Yeah, Projectorcade and Couchcade are like dead. Well, even the Collectorcade.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think any of those other form factors were really something that were super successful for Arcade1Up. So I think they are.
You think they're done?
Yeah,
Like,
I think they're being laser focused this year. They're going with what sells and trying to get it out to stores. You know, you might see
those little mini countercades and stuff didn't sell.
Maybe, but like I don't think at retail. Like if you go to retail here in Canada, there was a point where you go to the Brick and it was like going to a grocery store and seeing the giant displays of like soda boxes because they had like 1,800 Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, and Super Pac-Man countercades just sitting there, no one buying. So I know they ended up clearancing a lot of them. I just don't think the countercades really sell that well. I don't think the partycades sell that well. Especially the partycades here in Canada are super friggin' overpriced. Like you go in and you're like, oh, look, it's a shitty wall hanging arcade for like $400. Definitely not buying that.
Yeah, but see, there's a lot of countercade. I'm sorry, Carl, go ahead.
Well, the countercades definitely have been most successful on like the home shopping network, those type of platforms, more than the retail. I think they move more through those. The partycade, I just never really got that. You want to hang on the door, but you got a power cable cord that you got to get around the door somehow. Just never really made any sense to me. Yeah, I'm with Michael. I don't think the majority of people want to get them, but they do sell on those home network shopping channels.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. I mean, maybe that's a good question to ask them next time they do a one update show or that one up show, or I don't even know the names of their shows. Ask them that question. Everyone be like, are you still making partycades, countercades, collectorcades? Like, or are those product lines dead? I think there were a lot of collectorcades and partycades that they never released. We saw a comment earlier. It's off the screen now. Someone said they wanted an X-Men.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
What they're going to do is those collectorcades will eventually come to use when they have to refill in the landfill where they put all the Atari cartridges. That's where the rest of the collectorcades are going to be. So there was a comment there from Chris Eek I was trying to get to, man.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Well, stop clicking it.
I know. I'm sorry. But this is one thing I definitely was super disappointed by. The limited release of the only partycade where I was like, this is a must buy. Like we called it the Catalina wine mixer. One of the best cabinets Arcade1Up ever put out was in fact that Defender partycade. We were like, release it in a 3/4 scale, release it in an XL. Like Defender has always deserved its own cabinet, and the other choice of games that were on it were just spectacular. But it had such a limited release. It was only released in the US.
Countercade, collectorcade, couchcade, cornercade. Oh, come on. That was funny. Give him props. That was funny.
That was funny.
All right. So, yeah. So that's what's going on with that stuff.
But the Defender definitely was a good one. My buddy, he came to me with like, hey, I like Defender. Should I get this? Or do I mod? And I was like, the countercade, you can't beat that for that. And he really loves that counter or that partycade. So definitely one of their best partycades for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's get this off screen here. We got to keep moving on here, guys, so we can get all our topics in.
Really, really quickly, Man Astro Gaming brings up a really cool point. I'd like a Defender cocktail table. I think Arcade1Up missed the whole concept about the cocktail tables because, if they were ever going to sell them, they had to focus on tables that were actually cocktail tables if you're going to bring the retro experience home. So the money they pissed away possibly about re-releasing these head-to-head tables, like how many Street Fighters, how many Mortal Kombat head-to-heads, how many, Marvel versus Capcom head-to-heads did they produce? and how many sold. I'd love to know that stat. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
completely
me too.
wrong, but I just don't see the value in those tables. Like, there's no.
You don't like cocktail arcades? I love
I
cocktail
love.
arcades.
I don't like cocktail multicades. Anybody who tried to do a standalone hour-plus show on cocktail multicades is a real ass.
Look at you, Mike. Nostalgia's not here. He's attacking me. He's attacking people in the chat. He's going to be going after Carl next. Nostalgia, we need you back on the show because Mike is come unglued. Let's read this. So Meatball Saucy, guys, he's watching over on Twitch. He goes, I love my 1-Up machines. I am just out of room. I am not looking for anything new, but I do recommend the Defender Partycade, the Class of 81, and Star Wars. While all three are very pretty, they are functional versions of many games I love. There you go. Fantastic comment over on Twitch by Meatball Saucy. Thanks so much. P-Dubs is in a hearty, jocular mood tonight. I am. I can bring it down 1,000 if you want, bro. I can bring
He's
it
saying
down.
that's a good thing, that you're in a good mood, because usually you're sour.
Really?
Yeah, a little sour. Anyways, I do go back. I love the cocktail tables. Like, I thought about getting the Pac-Man Black. I love the Miss Pac-Man one they came out with last time. I love the idea of cocktail tables. Yeah. But I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't like the head-to-head fighters. I don't understand. Maybe there's a market for it. I just don't get it. If you're going to do a head-to-head table, as they call it, do a classic cocktail table, or I don't know.
Well, Mike, I got good news for you. I got really, really good news for you. So what if I told you that Arcade1Up hears you? They hear the feedback that you're just putting down.
I doubt it.
They hear you. They know you want... what is the Noah's Arcade song, Mike? You got to sing it.
It's cool, it's hip, it's Noah's Arcade.
It's cool, it's hip, it's Noah's Arcade. And in Noah's Arcade, Mike, they're bringing you the Wheel of Fortune Casino-cade. It's real. It's really happening. This thing was put on their website, $499. But Mike, what happened? All of a sudden, later on that same day, they jacked the price up to $599. Now it's $599. Guys, I'm not exaggerating. Look, $599. What happened? What is it?
It's hip, it's fresh, it's Noah's Arcade. I said the line wrong. Wheel of Fortune, Sally Ride, Heavy Metal, Suicide, Ayatollah's in Japan, Russia's in Afghanistan. So this thing here, I think the reason why I went up for $499 is because that was the old page ad they had during CES. And when they made it active again, they just forgot to update the price. And then someone said, oh shit, it's $599 now. So they went in and re-up the price. I don't think it was like, man, we're getting tons of clicks, we should up the price. I think it was just a mistake right off the bat.
You know what's interesting? All the weird and wacky off-the-wall products that Arcade1Up has come up with. Because, let's be honest, over the years, they've thrown a bunch of crap at the wall to see what sticks, right? Yeah. Collectorcades, Partycades, HDMI consoles, the Projectorcade. Now, this is just my opinion of what you people are doing. And by you people, I'm talking about the viewers. In my opinion, when I hear about this Casino-cade, this actually seems to be the one that people are more interested in, more than the Pac-Man, like the little junior arcade machines, the Projectorcade. Trust me, there's a huge chunk of the community that hates this thing, thinks Arcade1Up's wasting their time, blah, blah, blah. But I've actually seen more people say, like, I'm interested, I'm going to get one, or I'm getting one for my wife, or I'm getting one for the grandma. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, there you go. So, it actually seems to be garnering a little bit more interest than their other off-the-wall products. But still, is it something you should buy for $600? Me personally, I'm having a big struggle with this. I know my wife thinks it's really cool. But even when I showed her that they put the price up, she goes, oh, now it's $600? Forget it. And keep in mind, too, a lot of the games that are on this machine that you can play are free games on like your Google Play Store, Android Store, Apple Store. These are free games you guys can play, right? Some of the games are pay as you go, etc. But the games are free. So if you have a 10-inch tablet, you can, sit there or even your cell phone, you can sit on the couch and play. So what you're paying for is the form factor, because these games are free, guys. So you're paying for the form factor to have this thing in your arcade. And is it worth that $600? You guys in the live chat need to let me know what you think. I'm struggling with it, and now my wife is telling me not to get it because now she feels that $600 is just, it's getting ridiculous. So let us know. Carl, what do you think, man?
Well, Chuck Woolery. I don't know if you guys know, that's the original host of Wheel of Fortune. They've been playing this thing literally since 1975 on TV. One of the longest running game shows. So it's definitely a household name.
That was a
You
super
can
chat.
mention this to anybody, they'll know what the heck Wheel of Fortune is. So it's a great cabinet to introduce a new concept. Whether it's going to be successful, time will tell. But you can't go wrong with Wheel of Fortune. Everybody loves that game.
Yeah.
Everyone loves watching on TV. So why not have it in the house? Will it sell for $5.99? I don't know. If I walk into my Sam's Club and see one there, I think we'll get a lot closer to it. But you know, I, I think I think it's the best cabinet to introduce this new concept, and we'll see how successful it is.
Yeah. Great thoughts there.
Super chat here, $1.99. They are going to gamble with the extra 100. Yeah, that's my opinion too. Galaga Guy 88. I would just take $600 and bet it on the ponies.
This always cracks me up where people say that this device looks like an iArcade because it kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you can see it. It kind of does.
We got another super chat here from Wrights Retrocade. This should have been a partycade with the handle. I don't disagree, brother. Thank you so very much.
Yep. So yeah, well, the top screen is 8 inches, and then that middle screen or the main screen is 10 inches, if I recall reading the product listing correctly. So you get 2 screens, touch screen. Honestly, the games are free. 600. Now, let's just say this thing sits around collecting dust and some stores or even Arcade1Up decides to put a heavy discount on them. I don't know. Call me crazy, Mike. But I'm really feeling like $300 was fair for this one. What do you think, man? Do you think that would have been fair? $300?
I like, this is not something,
or do you think I'm not giving Arcade1Up enough? Like they got to
No.
pay to ship these. They got to get these things built, assembled, shipped over here.
I think you're right on the money. And like, this is not something I would ever buy, but I do think this product would have a lot of interest if the price was slightly different. Someone mentioned in the chat, they mentioned the famous line from Happy Gilmore, "The price is wrong, bitch." And that statement works here. I mean, I think that this is priced like an Arcade1Up arcade, not like the product that it actually is, and not to the market that's going to buy it.
I don't see the credit card slot Michael B. promised. Mike, this was supposed to be a real gambling machine.
I'm still struggling with the value of this machine if you can't do some kind of gambling. But again, I'm not an expert like Nostalgia. I never worked at the cell phone kiosk at Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Wheel of
He
Fortune
ran that
is not a
kiosk, he'll
game
tell you.
that people
Go ahead.
normally gambled with, so I don't agree there. Calling it okay, obviously, there's that. But will you be able to get people who watch this on the couch to get up and stand at a cabinet and play it, or get off the couch from playing it on their iPad? Will $600? Will people spend $600 to stand in the corner and play as opposed to those other options? I don't know. Like I said, I doubt it. I doubt that it's going to be successful, but I think it's the best product to introduce this to have any chance of being successful. Though I think it's very slim.
You mean compared to like the other goofy like HDMI consoles and stuff? Is that what you're talking about? The weird wacky stuff they've tried to do that's not an arcade machine.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, the nostalgic pool for arcade cabinet is strong for people in our demographics, and we had this fondness of doing. No one stood up at a cabinet and played Wheel of Fortune. They sat at the TV and watched it. So again, I think they're hoping that enough of us who have this interest would buy these for our spouses or mothers or whoever might come to our arcades who may have less interest in the cabinets that we do have. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I have a one of those Pachico machines back there. It's sort of like a slot machine, but it's not really.
Have you ever made a video for that?
I haven't.
Where'd you get it from? Detroit Love? And did it smell of cat pee?
I don't believe it did, but my shoes definitely did.
Okay.
Oh my god, I am so mad too. It's funny you mentioned that, Mike. So last weekend, I shampooed the carpets around the house. I shampooed the loft. as well as, well, I did the entire upstairs, and then I was going to do the downstairs this weekend, right? Because I like shampooing carpets. I'm like obsessed with having clean carpets, right? So I shampoo profusely. Well, sure enough, I got that older dog. She's sick. Sure enough, I shampooed the carpet on Saturday, and it's been like 5 days. And sure enough, my older dog went up there and had an accident up there. And I just discovered it right before the show. And yeah, she's a housebroken dog. It's not my fault. She's old, man, and she's having a hard time. And when dogs get older, they can't really hold their bladder like they used to, And I feel bad that my little pit bull. But here's what's funny, Mike, is she keeps doing it in the loft, in the arcade loft. She keeps going in there, and I'm like,
where you're
please,
comfortable.
Please, like, do it somewhere else.
So I've got a 13-year-old, almost 14-year-old now, King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. And anybody who knows that breed of dog, that's end of life. They don't usually even make it that long. So he's had really bad heart problems for the last 9 months, and we have him on medication because what was happening was, because his heart is so bad, he was actually building up all kinds of fluids. So what we're doing now is we've got him on this medication, this Lasik and something else. And what happens is he just has to pee all the time. That's how he gets rid of the fluid. So our floors, our main floor, are just ruined because same thing. He's just peeing all the time. And you can't get mad at him. Poor little dog.
They're old. Right? They're old. They're
That's
old. They're sick. I mean, she's not walking the way she normally does. She's really just kind of, just taking her real time. And she's all old and gray now. Dude, in the last 18 months, she has aged dramatically. It's like it hit her all at once. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But anyway, let's get off that topic.
I'm on the opposite scale of that because my daughter came back from college and she bought this newborn kitty cat.
Okay.
And this thing was like an orphan, so she had to bottle feed it and everything. So this and so it's learning to use the litter box and all that, and it went once behind a chair, and you always have to watch it because after it eats, it wants to go behind that chair. So we always got to take him upstairs and put him in a litter box. But I think he's got the hang of it now. But we had, like I said, we got the newborn as opposed to the aging one that we have.
Newborns, and then when they get old, man, you got to worry about this issue. And thanks so much, MG, for the comment. Yeah. We love seeing that.
Carl, just be thankful that it was just a cat she brought home from college, because a lot of girls on their first term bring home something else.
Oh, Mike, you're the worst. I told you he was going to get you next. First he attacked the chat, then he went after me, then he goes after you. Dude, Nostalgia's not here. It's all Nostalgia's fault. Anyway, guys,
we just got to have funsies.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. So probably our final topic of the night, actually, no, we're going to talk about Nintendo and stuff. But we want to get to the meat of the show. We got over 300 people here watching. So I put it in the title. I said, did iiRcades final finger? And what that means is, so here's the question. Did iiRcade give a final finger to their community on the way out? Or did they do what they should do to avoid any future legal stuff? And what I'm talking about is, earlier in the week, Mystery Encoder released his little website hack, which lets you basically get inside their website or reveal stuff on their website that you normally can't see, where you could access unlisted games and download them to your system. iiRcade is so busy closing up shop, yet here's what's interesting, Mike. I see, personally, I would have let this go. But then again, this is one of the things I'm a little grumpy with. But apparently, Mike, they had enough time to go in and push out a patch and remove these games from people's system. So what's funny is, a lot of people are mad. And Mike, okay, here's the kicker, right? This is what makes me chuckle. And I'm not making fun of anyone, but you guys have to understand this situation. If you take away all the jargon and just put it in closed captions, people are mad. You ready, Mike? People are mad that iiRcade stole back the games they stole from the website. Those rat bastards. Now, I'm upset because they actually just didn't let it go. Just let us have it.
What does it matter at this point?
What does it matter? What does it matter? Was it such a big sense of urgency that, oh my God, we gotta, do you really think these companies are gonna sue Jong at this point? Probably not.
Well, yeah, the guys making Circus Interstellar, we want to give our game away for free, and iiRcade's no, only to our 20 special handpicked people.
Like,
And they don't have time to send it out to any other people. But Jesus Christ, if you get a couple free games, we're going to move heaven and earth to make sure we take those away from you.
I like it right here. We stole it fair and square. We stole it fair and square, and they stole it back. But that's why on Tuesday I put a community post up. I was like, guys, take your machines off Wi-Fi today because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow when stuff has to get closed down and stuff. And Tuesday's also when the mystery encoder little backdoor access, whatever hack you want to call it, went into effect. I was like, put your stuff on, turn off your Wi-Fi, leave your machine turned off until blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, I still have everything on mine. You know what I mean, Mike? Because I didn't turn it on, was off Wi-Fi, unplugged. You know what I mean? We're good. I still have all that stuff on my system. But a lot of people lost. iiRcades stole what they stole. It cracks me up. Like, it's like you go into a grocery store. No, I'm sorry. You go into a gas station and you rob the gas station. But on the way out, some guy picks your pocket. Takes your wallet,
So,
right, Carl?
It actually goes a lot deeper than that too. Like I am really concerned about like the lengths they went to try to stop this when they're like, and I love Michael, I love John, I'm devastated by this, but at the same time, I just find it so stupid that these guys worked so hard to try to take this stuff away, and when nothing even matters, right? Metallica said it best.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm fascinated by that. Also, someone brought up some interesting points this past week. Like, they shut down like this, like gone. Usually, when you go into bankruptcies and you have to shut your assets down and all that stuff, that takes weeks for all that to work out. Like, if this was only a decision they made last week, like, how are they so far ahead in the bankruptcy process already that the creditors decided to shut down the server? Something's not right about that either. It's not like the Office episode where, did John just come out on the stream and say, I declare bankruptcy, and then he thought that was it? Like,
and I work in bankruptcy. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm IT, but I work in bankruptcy. And what would be the benefit of the creditors to shut down something that people could potentially buy more software from? Right, that doesn't make any sense. If you can run that longer and people bought applications, right, they can make potentially more money. So that whole thing about shutting it down, the creditors deciding to shut it down, just doesn't make sense from a practical standpoint.
It's just so friggin' weird. Like, and I don't know, maybe they knew longer than they said they knew, or maybe they don't know what they're doing in terms of shutting down the company. I don't know. Like, I'm just so disappointed that of all the things they had to do this week, that they tampered and messed around with people doing stuff in the community. And the only thing I can think of, if somebody can come out and tell me 100%, like, they were in risk of possibly, being sued because they didn't have the rights to release these games. Someone else said that some of these games weren't finished and could possibly brick the system. I'm fine with that. I understand that. I think that's appropriate. Maybe take it down. The other thing too is I got to make sure I get this right. So a lot of people were also saying that some of their games, legal games, went missing as well. Like, people are reporting Dragon's Lair 2 disappeared off their console. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. It seems like
Dragon's
whatever.
Lair 1 or 2?
2. A purchase game disappeared off their console.
So it seems when they did their little push, their little firmware update, to remove these games that people took from the website, it also made your 11. There's 11 games that are pre-installed on the system. Those games also disappeared, and a lot of people thought that they lost those games forever, right? But that's actually happened multiple times when they do their software updates. They push out a firmware update, and for some reason, those 11 games you get with the cabinet, Double Dragon 1 and these other games disappear. All you have to do is go to the settings, install preloaded games, you get your games back. But if they actually are taking away other games that people paid for, that's some bullshit right there. That shouldn't be happening at all. And obviously, here's what interests me too. If they've actually filed and are going through this whole bankruptcy thing, they must have known this was happening for a couple of months, right? A couple of months at the very least, right? Like, they must have filed to get this far in the process. And I know there's a lot of content creators who talked to them frequently, and they were told that we're not going out of business. What are you talking about? Well, think about it. If you run a company and you're going out of business, last person you're going to tell that to is someone on YouTube before you want to make it official, right? Because they're going to blab it to the world, right? I mean, come on, that's what us YouTubers do. We share information. So, it just a sucky situation for everyone. Sucky situation.
Like John responded today to somebody saying the exact same thing I said about, you're jumping the gun on a lot of the things you're doing right now during the bankruptcy process. And John said, we're finding this out as we go. That may be true. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have Michael on my show. I talked to Michael a bunch before the show and after the show. I don't think there's any lies right there coming from that guy. I think that they didn't know. I don't know.
Okay, let's a couple quick things right here. So we got Brooklyn Menace. So this is interesting too. So instead of like taking time to give people codes, to this Circus Interstellar game, they were more focused on shutting down and taking away the website stuff, right? Like Michael could have spent his time pushing out more codes because everyone was going to get. There was a couple hundred people that wanted these. I understand pushing out game device by device is time consuming, especially when you're trying to shut down the company. But there you go. Brooklyn Menace says they got 10 more codes to give away. So if you guys want to watch his show later tonight, maybe you'll get your hands on them.
So here's the other thing. How does he have codes? And this is no offense to you, Brooklyn Menace, but how does he have codes where you can get it to work on your iArcade? How does that work?
If like there were store to get the software. Because the store only shows the jukebox available.
Yeah, so I don't understand how that works. So like if it's Steam codes, fine. That's the iArcade version of Circus Interstellar. I think that's cool. But like it really, really pissed me off how this company was like, yeah, we just want to give our game away. And they were like, well, we're gonna do 2020. I mean, obviously there's a bunch more than 20 people. And yeah. I mean,
they had over 100 people that signed up to get the game.
I signed up for it. Like, I don't understand why they shut it off at 20 people. And like, no offense to Brad, but like here people were getting this ripped off their system and stuff. And Brad's playing away. He's like, this game is awesome. Like completely like tone deaf to the fact that everybody's flipping out that it was getting taken off their system. I don't know if he got a code or he was playing the ripped game. I can't tell you, but it was just so weird.
Yeah, that's
I was a little disappointed that you guys didn't call me on the video and say, "Hey, get on the store and get things," and then turn off your Wi-Fi. You guys didn't let me know, so I got screwed. I thank you for that, but
oh no,
I was out enjoying summer, so I wouldn't have been home anyway. But no, I didn't know about it until I saw your video earlier.
Yeah, Canada Phil brings up an interesting point. I mean, the reason why Circus Interstellar was even coming to iArcade was the fact that Prince Malcolm set it up. He was one of the people that legit was gifted a code and like had a real thing. And they were like, nope, got to take that away. We're picking 20 people, our special 20. And
it was on his system and they took it off?
Took it off. And
well, why would they take it off his system? Like, I understand if they were like, guys, you gave us you got to try and like wear everyone's shoes when crap like this happens. So I put myself in Michael's shoes. I'm trying to shut down the company. I just got a list of 100 names, which is going to take maybe an hour or two. Who knows how long, right? Where I got to push out these codes to each of these individual machines. I don't have time for this. I can kind of see that point where they're like, we're going to limit it at 20, even though they should have done it for everybody and not wasted their time working on other things. Okay. I get that. But if it was already installed on someone's machine and not part of the 20, why are you taking it off someone's machine?
Exactly.
That's doesn't make sense.
And I think the biggest thing here, we talked about it last week, is like, so what if John got involved with another project? Would you support him? John's biggest thing from the beginning was like, oh, we're family. This is not just a business, it's about family. And this move to me is depending on which family you're in, but it wasn't a very family oriented thing to do. It's like leaving a will where nobody gets anything, but even worse, I'm gonna take from you in my will as opposed to leaving you something. So I think the whole concept that we're family. I don't think I didn't. I wouldn't have felt like family had. I've been involved with either the codes or the mods.
Yeah,
It's kind of like when it comes to family, it's starting to feel like the family where the dad's like, "I'm heading out to get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back." You know what I'm
well,
saying?
it seems like the family are the people like iArcade is perfect. Anybody who says anything wrong is a piece of shit, and they're the only people that they paid attention to. So like that's really frustrating. I do want to go back to Brooklyn Menace. I don't know if he's still here. I would love clarification on that. Are these the 20 that we were supposed to get? Did Michael give you 10 of the 20 to put on the iArcade, or is there another way to do it?
So, or does this make it now 30, 20 plus 10? You know, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
well, let's do this real quick. So this is some exciting news. All right. So, I mean, eventually at some point, everyone, myself included, Arcade's out of business. And the question is what are you going to do next moving forward? Right. What are you going to do next moving forward? Well, at that point, obviously we got a couple interesting things happening in the community. Glenn's Retro Show is really trying to sell his GRS panel, which will also include an additional motherboard that'll give you the ability to load more games on it and the ability where you could switch back and forth between the iArcade system and whatever system you put on Glenn's board, whether it be Batacera, RetroPie, etc. So that's exciting and coming down the road. Plus, you'll get Glenn's control panel. But also, Mystery Encoder and his team, DMod right here, $5. We have full access to the PCBs at this point, hardware and software. We're working on some really cool stuff. Stay tuned. As you guys know, Team Encoder has come up with some great modding options for our little niche community for some of these home arcade products. So we're all on the edges of our seats waiting to see what those boys come up with to keep keep the machines having a little bit of life to them, I guess you could say. So there you go.
So as Smola, SJ Miola said basically he thinks the developer got to pick the 20. I can tell you, Prince Malcolm would still have his game if that was true.
Yeah.
If anybody would have it, Prince Malcolm would have it.
I mean, is there any way they could mass push a game to everybody?
Yeah. You know what a simple way would have been?
Just give it to everybody.
Just,
hey guys,
how long would it have took to put on the store? If you're going to put it on 20 individual devices, you can't tell me it wasn't easier just to throw it on the store.
Yes. Hey guys, we're going out of business, and instead of being the last game release being Brock the Investigator, why not do that circus game? That game was made by those guys specifically for the iArcade, right?
Yeah.
It's an iArcade port, and those guys were so excited to get their game on this platform. And why not just give it to everybody? Because at that point they were saying, we'll give the game away for free to anyone who wants it. Why not just push it to everybody? That would have been the better solution.
Yeah, I can't imagine it was more work to just because it was already up on the site, or at least a version of it. So all they had to do was make it active and maybe update the game.
Yeah.
How is that? Like, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm looking at this from the 1,000-foot angle, but I mean, if you're going to push to 20 different devices, I mean, it seems like a lot less work to just throw it up on the store for free. But I think this is where the iArcade community is so friggin' weird. I think they didn't want to upset Renzo and those guys from Heavy Metal Titans being the last game. They were like, it's going to be the last game.
That's right.
This is such a touching moment. Emotions and feels. I like.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's like, I'm so done.
Yeah. Heavy Metal Titans is a cool community project, but I would not have made that the last game to be released on the system. You know what I mean? Something like this circus game probably would have been a little bit more exciting, especially something you give to everybody.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. Like, great people there, just sometimes weird decisions. I don't know what to say. The mess with Circus Interstellar, like if a company says we want to give it for free, why limit it? Why all of a sudden does people have codes that they can give out that works on iArcade when like literally nobody could get it? Like, there's so many weird questions here.
Oh wait, the In-City games were free too, but you know why I forget about that, guys, is every time they released one, I bought it, so I didn't get any of the In-City games for free. Because I bought them all. In-City talks about the codes in a video on their YouTube channel, so check out In-City Games YouTube channel For more information on codes. There you go. Oh, I love this. So a lot of the developers are reaching out to Team Encoder. We're going to help them get their games out. And here's what's great too is they're going to do their best to make sure that these guys get paid for their games, set up an online store and things like that. Versus, pirating. You know what I mean? And because brand new games, I get it. People want to get paid for them. Who cares if you're playing Pac-Man from 40, 50 years ago? You know what I mean? But newer games, I get it. So there you go. What else is going on, gentlemen?
We had a big Nintendo Direct. It was a lot of people were really happy, and I didn't understand why. I was going to make a video on it, but I didn't want to be a bummer, so I just said, you know what, I'm going to refrain. But there were a lot of cool things. There were a lot of really questionable things, and a lot of things that made me say, maybe I'm just too old for Nintendo. Maybe I'm not the target demographic anymore.
What got announced at the Nintendo Direct? They announced their new console system?
No, God, no. So
Mike and I were talking. I think it's been at least 3 years, Mike. In the last 3 years, I can think of a lot of websites as well as YouTube channels, so social media platforms, where they've literally, in the last 3 years, have probably done that same article or video at least a dozen times. The new Nintendo Switch console is going to be revealed next week, and nothing ever happens, right? It's like, how long do you, Mike, let me ask you honestly, how much longer do you think that this Switch is going to last before they have to release a new system?
I don't think they have to do anything. It's literally printing money. Why would they do anything? Honestly,
that's a fair point.
Honestly, the only emphasis for companies to release a new system, to jump on it right now at this point, is if you're in a hardware race. So you get two companies like Sony and Xbox. They were racing to see who was going to have the most, exciting hardware, the most advanced hardware, who was going to be first to market. Nintendo's sitting back there like, guys, we're running PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 graphics here, and we're still doing really good. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. So some people in the chat, Eli says 1 or 2 years. Mike thinks maybe they can go longer. I mean, they're making money.
Yeah,
they're making money. All right, Detroit Love was kind enough to pull up this article here, so let's get him over here. Nintendo Direct, everything that was announced. Let's pull this up on the screen and see how excited we're going to get for this. Ain't that right, Detroit Love? So let's see if my computer will ever catch up.
Did you watch the Nintendo Direct, Carl? Do you have any idea what any of this stuff is?
Glad
we put him on screen.
I am not a fan of any monthly subscriptions for any of these consoles, whether it's PlayStation, Microsoft.
Well, the Nintendo Direct is a show. The monthly subscription is.
Yeah, but these games are on their paid service, or are these pay to play?
No. These are just games.
Hold on. You know what? Let me take that off. Kevin, I love you, man. Love it when you come to our shows, but let's be honest. Some people, I think that joke's a little too soon, my dude.
Yeah, Kevin, thank you very much for the super chat.
Yeah, we appreciate the super chat.
But people died, man. Let's not talk about that one.
Yeah, let's. I think too soon, brother. I think too soon. All right, Mike, tell me about Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and why it's looks stupid. So a lot of people knew they were going to be releasing a new 2D Mario, and I know. I watched RGT's prediction video the night before, and it's funny because you can tell when people know what's going to come out, but they don't want to say it, but they still want to sound really smart. So RGT was like, everybody thinks they're going to release a new Super Mario Brothers, but I think the new Super Mario Brothers format is done. I want to see them come out with a new idea for Super Mario Brothers. And of course they come out with this, and I was watching it and I was like, this doesn't really look like Super Mario Brothers. At first I was like, this looks like more like Super Mario Brothers Run. And you see these weird voices that come out there, like the little speech balloons that hop up.
and you're
Mhm.
going to see some of the changing stuff that comes up here in a minute. And
Mhm.
it looks like Super Mario Brothers Run mixed with Super Mario Brothers, but you're also on acid. So like I looked at it and I was a little disappointed. Like I'm the kind of person, like if they made Super Mario Brothers 4 tomorrow with these graphics and it was just more Super Mario, I'd be totally fine. If they made Super Mario World 3 tomorrow with these graphics, I'd be totally fine. But this new concept and the craziness, this seems like something out of Mario Maker. I'm sure this game is going to be fun. I'm sure people are going to love it. The reception seems very positive online, but for me, I'm just like, I don't like this. This is not what I want from a Mario
Yeah.
Brothers game. So I'm happy people are excited from it. It'll probably be fun and wacky, but I don't think this is for me. I think like this, what I said. I think I'm just too old to enjoy what they've got going on right now.
Great commentary, Mike. Hey, Detroit Love, look who it is. And look what he gave us, man. You want to handle this?
Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger super chat for $4.99. Hey, what's up, my dudes? Thank you, brother.
Yeah, always nice to see the Chicago Retro Ranger in the live chat. He's such a good guy. But also, we got some more Mario news, Mike. Let me pull it up on the screen here for you. We also got Super Mario RPG Remake announced.
Yeah, I am excited about this. It was
Me
questionable
too.
on whether or not we'd ever. It's a shame we never got a sequel. I always was surprised there was no sequel to this, and I know it's hard to bring Sony and Nintendo together to work on another project. So it's cool that they're doing this with advanced graphics. It's going to be the exact same game too, so they're not screwing anything up like Square, recently with, they get into the new Final Fantasy, which I'm glad we're not talking about tonight because I don't know if it's Final Fantasy anymore, if it's Devil May Cry RPG. So
Devil May Cry. Oh, Mike, you sound so bitter about gaming
I
lately,
am.
man. But
I
we've
am
had some
one of the
bangers.
biggest
Resident Evil
Final Fantasy
4.
fans in the world, but I can't.
Yeah,
I just can't.
I'm excited. I'm excited about this one. Also, guys, real quick, Moat is here. Mike of all trades, guys. You got to give him a shout out in the live chat because Moat. Check this out, Mike. I don't know if you know this or not. Moat's got a second channel. It's called Moat Plays, and he got an advanced copy of the new AEW wrestling video game.
Not even jealous. Not even jealous.
I'm jealous.
I am jealous.
I'm burning with jealousy. I was talking with Moat on Discord earlier, and I can't wait to see his review. So, guys, make sure you check out Moat. Moat, is it going to be on your main channel or Moat Plays? Which one?
It's going to be on a second channel. If he has Moat Plays, apparently he also has a third channel then too.
Okay, but make sure you guys check it out. I'm excited to check out the AEW wrestling game. So, okay, but back to this. I think this is cool. I'm glad this is coming back. Carl, were you ever an RPG game fan like this?
Never. The only game that I was excited about that they mentioned was Metal Gear, the initial Metal Gear. Gear
I got some feelings on that too.
One of my favorite games of all time. I always like sneaking past the guards with their flashlights trying to catch you. Metal Gear is I prefer the 2D over the 3D more, and that's true with a lot of the games like Warcraft and things like that. I kind of prefer those overview games more so than the 3D versions. But yeah, Metal Gear, that's definitely something I may put on my Switch.
So just for clarification on Moat's channel, change the name of it. It's now Back Alley 7-Eleven. And B-Kong has spent a lot of time in the back alley behind the 7-Eleven, much like Nostalgia spends at the gas station bathrooms.
Mike, you're the worst. Mike, you might literally be the worst.
I literally am.
All right, so we're cutting it short on time, Mike. So I'm going to go through these real fast. But if there's one,
no. Okay, here we go. Ready? Boom.
If there's
Super Mario RPG is badass. You know what else is badass? Star Ocean second
right
story
here.
arc.
Go with this one. Detective Pikachu 2. Good news or bad news? It's not for you. Okay.
It's not for me. It'll probably be a fine game. People will be excited.
Metal Gear Solid 1.
It's awesome. It's cool to see these games come up. They're going to be their original graphics, no enhancements. However, the thing I'm pissed off about is this is going to be on a Nintendo Switch system. It's Collection 1, and you know what game's not on this? They put the original Metal Gear Solid on it and not the superior remastered Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, which is the GameCube version of Metal Gear Solid 1, which is a better version with graphics as good, if not better, than the PlayStation 2 Sons of Liberty. So they're nickel and diming us because Twin Snakes will be on Volume 2. So I'm a little pissed off about that.
And we got a new amiibo coming out, so that's exciting news. What about WarioWare Move It, Mike?
I think people would be much more excited about a new Wario Land game than another WarioWare game. I don't know. Mini games are fun to some people, but I don't give a shit.
Brutal. Pikmin 4, Mike.
Pikmin kind of sucks, and I'm really mad about Pikmin. So if you're excited about Pikmin, there was a new gameplay on it. And you know that GameCube and GameCube games, we've been waiting for that double pack, you know, that really great games that we always dreamed and we keep hearing about it's going to come out, you know, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, that double pack coming to Switch. Well, we ain't getting that. You know what we're getting? Pikmin 1 and 2, because who the fuck wants that?
Pikmin. All right, let's keep going. And HD
there it
versions
is.
of Pikmin 1 and 2. Okay, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Nostalgia's really kicking himself in the butt that he wasn't here to talk about this.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when Nostalgia comes back.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll want to dedicate an entire show to it.
It's just DLC. That's all it is.
He'll still want to talk about it for the entire show.
Now, this I'm excited about. More
yes!
Mario Kart 8. Yeah,
you can never complain about Mario Kart 8. New courses and stuff, new drivers and things. You can't complain. Mario Kart 8
I can
Deluxe.
complain because I suck at it, as you guys saw.
We should do it for another community play along. We should do Mario Kart 8. Everyone loves playing Mario Kart, right? Let's see here. Luigi's
now,
Mansion.
This I'm excited about.
Dark Moon Remastered. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Why are you excited about this one?
Because I love Luigi's Mansion. I'm actually pissed off that we don't have the original Luigi's Mansion on the Nintendo Switch as well. I think that's the best game in the series. But Dark Moon came out on the 3DS. It's criminally underrated just because I don't think a lot of people picked it up. I'm excited to see it get new life on the Switch. I will buy it again. Ghost busting with Luigi is badass.
Yeah, who doesn't want to do that, man? Anything else exciting, Mike, during this Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, there was if you're an RPG fan, action RPG fan, I guess, they're announced that there's going to be a new version of Star Ocean Second Story coming out to major game consoles in the near future, and it was announced for Switch as well. So I am going to pick that up because I have Star Ocean and I like me some Star Ocean, so I was pretty excited about that announcement.
Also, the Batman Arkham trilogy is coming to Nintendo Switch. Star Ocean, like Mike said. Sonic Superstars. We got a new trailer for Sonic Superstars. And you weren't happy about this one, Mike? You just started shaking your head, man.
Nah, we already knew about Sonic Superstars. Who cares? They'll screw it all.
Now, what about the Vampire Survivors? Looks like it's kind of like
yeah, a lot of people are excited about that. if you, but so the thing about that is, if you only have Nintendo Switch, get excited about Vampire Survivors. But otherwise, it's already been out for like a year and a half everywhere else.
Moat says, and we know Moat is a great gamer, Super Mario RPG Remake was his scream moment. There you go. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff.
What up,
Well, hopefully, again, our thoughts and prayers go out to Nostalgia, all of Nostalgia. Right, Mike?
Get better, buddy.
Get better, buddy.
We need you standing upright.
Because we want you back here, man. We want you to get you want to get nuts, Nostalgia? Let's get nuts.
So
Frank and Beans.
Last but not least,
Beans.
Frank and Beans. So last but not least, I on the Nintendo Direct, there was a lot of good stuff. Super Mario RPG Remake was absolutely like a holy shit moment. But there was a lot of stuff that I just felt disconnected with. And I feel that a lot with Nintendo Directs. I just feel that maybe I'm aging to a point where a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense to me. Like when they run like the Splatoon Directs, I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I watching this? And that's what a lot of this felt like. So there was some cool stuff, but not enough for me to be excited to make a video. And sorry for being so sour tonight, guys.
Yeah, you are sour tonight.
I'm not that sour.
You're so sour. You're like a Sour Patch
Well,
Kid.
dumb stuff happened this week. We have no time, but if you get games for free, we're going to find time to take those off your system because F you.
They could have
It's still
spent,
family, so
they could have spent
it's
time.
Like,
better.
do something better, man.
Mike and I aren't happy with some of the decisions made. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, as always, guys, we're coming up on an hour and 18 minutes. And as you guys know, P-Dubs has a panic attack if this show goes any longer than an hour and 18 minutes. Any longer than that is completely unnecessary for us. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the broadcast, and you'll have to give us your show feedback, reactions. If you caught this on replay, the live chat was fantastic tonight. Thanks for having a fun conversation with us. We know there's been a lot of just simply bad news in this arcade niche space lately. Hopefully things can get back to fun before things get worse.
I do have a little bit of some exciting news.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's end the show with a smile.
So I have always told you guys that the reason I buy like Arcade1Ups and stuff like that is I live on this tiny island. There's no arcade stuff here.
I thought you were going to save that for Monday's show.
No, screw that.
You're going to tell everyone right now?
Game Room dudes.
You're going to tell them what you got?
Well, I don't officially have it yet, but I've agreed to purchase it. And
pull up the picture. Pull up the picture.
Oh, I got it up. I got it up.
You tease people. All right, guys. Guys, don't leave the show yet because you guys are going to guess what Michael B bought. All right, here we go. Let me share it for you, Mike. Okay, so Mike, tell the story. This is so exciting.
So the other day, I'm scrolling through Marketplace, and I've shared this on my show a bunch of times. Like I show like the remnants of the absolute dregs of arcade and pinball stuff that's actually available here. The other day had a holy shit moment. I don't know if Pitbull sent this to me or somebody else sent this to me, but it came up. There was one new in your arcade search, and I looked, and it was a Bally 1982 Tron machine, completely reworked, rejuvenated, going for about $2,500 Canadian. So the conversion on that works out to about $1,900 Canadian. So you can do the math on that. That's a great deal. I went up and met with the guy, and you don't know who you're dealing with when this stuff happens. He's awesome. Like he's a big pinball collector. He knows my buddy Michael Walsh. We ended up, like, I stayed up there for like 2.5 hours. He explained the whole process of the restoration. Like I didn't even get a chance to ask the questions I had because he answered them ahead of time. So yeah, I am buying my first real arcade game. I am going to be getting a Tron. Can you believe it? That's the first arcade I'm getting. Like Tron.
Yes. I
what
thought
a
you were
cool
gonna
friggin' collector piece.
I thought you were going to tease the audience like you did
No,
in your
no,
post.
not at all.
Because Michael B took pictures. He's like, I looked at a Stargate. I looked at a Dungeons and Dragons pinball. I looked at a Tron. Which one do you think I bought? And everyone, Mike, on your post, we're voting pinball because you're a pinball channel now, right? Mike pulled the old swerve, and he's got a real Tron coming. Mike, I am so excited for you, man. I'm super, super excited for you.
I am too, man. Like, there's never anything cool here. It's like, buy a broken Arabian for $500, or there's never anything in really good shape. Like this one is pretty close. Like, honestly, and MG said it. So, 2,500 Canadian is $1,900 US. That's what I was trying to say. So, like, there's dream arcades, like those really special ones, like Star Wars, Dragon's Lair, Tron, Robotron. Like there's a couple more that you would absolutely love to have because they're special, they're high collector's items. But I mean, like, there was Tron, and it's beautiful. Like when I get it, there's a little bit of work that might need to be done with it. The side art I'll probably have to replace. Control panel's a little bit faded, and I could probably redo the T-molding, but like he's completely rebuilt the board. He's already got the power supply swapped out with the change in power supply. This thing's awesome. And the first thing I did, because I don't remember playing a real Tron before, because I think the one at Galloping Ghost might have been down. But the first thing I did, I started playing with the control stick, and I was like, yeah, it's a little bit better than the Arcade1Up control stick.
But Mike, you know what? No one can say you're an Arcade1Up channel now. They can't say it. You got real pinball. You got real arcade machine. Michael B has officially hit the big time, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. You're not the 3/4 scale diva anymore?
No. So after this, after Mike let us know that he bought it, Mike, what did I call you in our little Facebook chat?
Full scale diva.
You are now a full scale diva. That's right. Yeah. Michael B, the full scale arcade
Upgrade,
diva.
baby, upgrade.
All
I'm,
right.
I'm not moving on, but like literally, I've said it 100 times. I'm like, there just isn't anything available here.
Yeah.
Well, something came available. I'd be a bit of a hypocrite if I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, here's what's great is, people like for me, like I own real machines and I own the 3/4 scale machines. There's nothing wrong with owning both. You don't have
No.
to pick sides. If you love it, if you enjoy it, spend your money on it and enjoy the hell out of it. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you, Mike. I'm excited about your Tron purchase.
Yeah,
But now we've gone over an hour and 18 minutes, man. So we gotta kiss this party goodbye. Let me get this off of here. Detroit Love, as always, you're the man. Why don't you send these good folks on their way? We'd greatly appreciate it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Friday wouldn't be the same without you guys. Make sure you get outside and enjoy the weather because it's short-lived out here. And until next time, guys, we'll see you on the web. Mike always like when I do that. On the web.
Nostalgia.
The web.
Hopefully we'll see you next week. Poor guy.